Hello everyone and welcome to our next topic regarding evidences of organic evolution, in which today we are going to have a look on living fossils. Okay, so living fossil is an informal term which is used for any living species of an organism which appear to be same as a species otherwise only known from fossils, and which has no close living relatives. Okay, so these are the individuals or the species which only resemble to those of the fossils and which have no close relatives. So that type of individuals or species are called as living fossils. Okay, a fossil is a living animal of ancient origin with many primitive characters. It has been living as such from the time of origin without any change. The term living fossil, it was first introduced or used by Mercy Burton. The living fossil are found in many, you can say, phylums of animal, just like Peripatus, which belong to Arthropoda, then Limulus, also belonging to Arthropoda, then Nautilus belonging to Mollusca, again Neoplena belonging to Mollusca, lungfishes, that is Lepidocerine, then Latimaria, that is a coelacanth fish, then Gymnophina, that is an amphibia, Spinodon, that is a reptilia, then Ratiti belonging to owls, that is birds, Prototheria belonging to mammals, Marsupials belonging to again mammals, and Lemur also belonging to placental mammals. So these are some examples of living fossils. Now let us see the salient features of living fossils. So what characters should be present in living fossils? The living fossils, they originate in the remote past. They are being present from the past remote times. They have been living as such, that means as they appear today, they have been living as such from the time of their origin with very little changes. They have very little modification or changes. They are conservative in nature, so they are called immortals. They are referred to be immortals. They retain in them many primitive characters. Their spread of evolution is very slow. They have a limited geographical distribution. For example, you can say the Prototheria, it is only found nowadays in Australia. Some living fossils have discontinuous distribution, just like Peripatus or lungfishes. Then living fossils are characterized by low biomass. That means the total number of living fossils or individuals are very few in number. And most of the living fossils, they are connecting links between major groups of animals. For example, Peripatus, which is a connecting link between Annelida and Arthropoda. Likewise, Prototheria, it is a connecting link between reptiles and mammals. Okay, and these living fossils, they have inability of evolutionary potentials. So they don't have evolutionary potential, or you can say they do not undergo major changes. Then what are the reasons for their primitiveness? The living fossils are characterized by the presence of many primitive characters. The reason is that the unchanging condition of environment in which these fossil live. Second reason is their isolation. Then third reason is absence of interspecific competition. And fourth, resistance of an animal to the changing condition of environment. Due to all such reasons, they, you can say, conserve primitiveness in them. Okay, now let us see the examples of some living fossils. First one is the Limulus. It is commonly called as a king crab, which belong to phylum Arthropoda and class Myrostomata. Also referred as horseshoe crab. They are not the crabs or crustaceans. They are more closely related to scorpions and spiders and very distantly related to lobsters and crabs. They are marine chelicerates and the only living representative of this class and the only chelicerate with compound eye like bees and other insect is this limulus, or you can say king crab. These animals are often referred to as the living fossils because approximately 450 million years old horseshoe crab is no different to the specimen which is found today in the ocean. It has possessed the same complex feature and the equipment of the last half billion year and so on. So clearly, at a time when, according to Darwinists, living things should have been evolved, no evolution actually took place in this type of animals. Their stability may result from lack of specialization. They can inhabit shallow and sandy or muddy shores. They can walk or swim by flapping their abdominal appendages, and they can eat about anything they can find burrowing in the sand. So they have 6 pairs of legs that can be seen in the photograph, and 1 pair of front for piercing or seizing the prey, and 5 more for walking legs that are also, you can say, uh, observed in the photograph in the ventral view. Okay, once they are many numerous, their numbers have gone down partly due to commercial use. They are now commercially used. Okay, then another such example is living coelacanth fish, a crossopterygian fish from the Grand Comoro Island in the Indian Ocean. This is a fossil counterpart in allegedly approximately, you can say, 300 million years old, and no evolution has taken place in this type of animal. A living coelacanth fish from Grand Comoros Island in Indian Ocean. These are the fossils which I said approximately 300 million years old, and they are very similar to the modern species of that fish. No evolution has taken place. The overwhelming message of the fossil record is one of the staying the same, not evolving. Of course, many types have gone extinct and some are not found living, but this type also show uh, no sign of real evolution throughout their stay in the record. Okay, now the possible reasons for existence of living fossil is that they are stabilizing selection. Some living fossil species live in relatively isolated habitat with no apparent competitors, and if their habitat have been stable, there will have been no pressure for them to change. The another reason for their existence like as such or no evolutionary change, it is due to the absence of genetic variation. There is no evidence that living fossils have peculiar genetic system that might prevent evolutionary changes. The amount of protein polymorphism in modern living fossils have been measured by gel electrophoresis, and it is not noticeably low. The living fossils are interestingly, they are study of interesting because the molecular evolution in living fossil provide a striking example of independence between molecular and morphological evolution. However, the living fossils such as lungfishes provide valuable information on the rate of evolutionary change. So this is all regarding the living fossils. Okay.